Hey YouTube, this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Double K, with our first video. Just to let you all know, this is going to be more of kind of like a Yu-Gi-Oh! Rant channel.
And among other things.
Among other things. Sometimes there'll be deck reviews, card reviews, things like that. But this first video is definitely going to be a rant as far as things that I can't stand about Yu-Gi-Oh! Right now.
And things that are changing that are just annoying.
Yeah, that too. So, starting off, the first thing that irritates me about Yu-Gi-Oh! Are synchros, and I'm probably going to get crucified for this because everybody seems to think synchros are great. They think they're all that in a bag of chips.
They switched Yu-Gi-Oh! From being strategic to being mind-numbing.
Exactly. Like, I like certain synchros. There's certain synchros that I like, and I like the concept of it. The thing about synchros that I don't like is the complete and utter, I guess, basically there's no thought in it anymore. Basically all it is summon this card, summon this tuner, and get my synchro out. And some of you are going to say, well, it requires thinking to get out synchros. It does, and I'll give you that. It does require some thinking to get synchros out, but at the same time, it requires very little. All you got to do is get out your tuner monsters, keep your tuner monsters protected a little bit, which isn't that hard, honestly, and synchro.
And then your synchros are way overpowered than what they should be.
And yeah, exactly. Most synchros have ridiculous effects, in my opinion. I mean, they're great effects, yeah, but most synchros shouldn't have that many effects.
Or to that magnitude.
And if you're going to play synchros, know how to play them. I've played so many people who play Stardust and don't understand that when Stardust is out of play, you can't use its effect again.
And use its effect wrong.
And use its effect wrong
when
too.
When it is in play.
But if I'm wrong about that, let me know. I'm pretty sure that the last time I checked the rules, it said you can't use Stardust when it's out of play. But if the rules change or something, let me know. But I really dislike synchros because, like I said, it doesn't. Back when Yu-Gi-Oh! Was first out, it was first popular, you know, in '97 to early 2000s, Yu-Gi-Oh! Was more of a strategy game. It wasn't a focus everything on getting out a synchro monster game.
Or get out a single monster.
Yeah.
Game.
Now it's everybody's focused on getting out that one monster, that one synchro card that's going to win the game, and I think I don't think that's very fun. In my opinion, it's not very fun to play somebody who
beats you in 2 turns because your cards are way overpowered
and has a synchro monster. Yeah, it's not that fun to play somebody who is completely focused on synchroing all the time, and most people that I play who synchro, honestly, all the locals I've been to, the people who synchro, it's almost like they're on autopilot when they're dueling me, because they're like summon, summon,
spell,
activate, summon, activate, summon, and there's no thought. They don't even look at me half the time. They're staring down at their mat the whole time while they're switching their cards back and forth really fast, getting their synchros. And like I said, if you like synchros, that's fine. I'm not against synchro cards. The thing that I don't like is when people use synchros in such a way that they think that their entire strategy to Yu-Gi-Oh! Is synchro summon.
And then that they're gods because they have it.
Exactly. And people who have these synchro cards who are able to get synchros out, I mean, I don't know how it is for everybody else, but at my locals, a lot of people there think that they're Jesus Christ because they can synchro summon. And it's like, congratulations, you can match stars. Good job, you can add. And
from that preschool.
And you know, the thing, it's like okay, synchro summons, I dislike synchros because of what it's done to Yu-Gi-Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Used to be a game of strategy, and now it's a game of synchro summoning.
Used to be the kids' game that no children can play because it's too complex.
Exactly.
Except for those smart children. It bred smart children.
Yeah. The second thing I have a problem with is, well, honestly, people who steal Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards. Drives me insane.
We should save that for a different rant. You'll take about a half an hour.
I won't. I'll do it quick. Anyways, that being said, at our locals, and I know how it feels because at our locals we both had decks stolen. I had a Gravekeeper's deck stolen and a Crystal Beast deck stolen, along with a Dark Arm that was in the box that the deck was in. But it's really lame. It's like, if you need Yu-Gi-Oh cards that bad, you shouldn't be playing Yu-Gi-Oh in the first place.
Or you should be okay with what you can get.
Yeah, if you need to steal people's decks and cards because you want a card so bad, you take this way too seriously.
Like I said, it was supposed to be a children's card game.
Yeah, we both had our deck stolen.
The sad thing is he was an adult.
Yeah, we found the guy, we found out who it was. He was an adult. It wasn't like he was a 12-year-old. He was an adult male who it's not like he had sucky cards either. He was going to YCSs, he was placing in YCSs, and he was stealing cards. The way I found out he was stealing cards was because he tried to basically trade me back my cards, my exact cards. And a lot of people will say, well, you can't know they were yours exactly, but here's how I know. Because I went to trade with him the week before for Gravekeeper cards, when I had my Gravekeeper deck, and he told me he had absolutely 0 Gravekeeper cards whatsoever. That next week, my deck was stolen, or that same night that I tried to trade with him, my deck was stolen. The week that I came back after my deck was stolen, he suddenly had a binder full of Gravekeeper cards that were all the cards that I had in my deck and the exact same numbers of cards.
And the exact same rarities.
And the exact same rarities, exactly. And then he tries to trade me back my cards. So I went to the store owner and told him, look, this guy is trading me back the exact same cards that were in my deck, the exact same rarities, the exact same numbers. So we brought him out and talked to him, and he completely crumbled. He obviously did it, and he was pretty obvious that he did it by the way that he was crumbling when I was questioning him about stuff.
But denied it still.
And that's the second thing that I really hate about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is people who steal cards because I don't know what kind of accomplishment it gives you, especially you good players who are in YCS and you steal cards from people. I don't know what accomplishment that makes you feel, because most of the times the cards you steal are way worse than the cards you have. And it's like, even if they're not, you're in YCS already, which means you're good.
So why
steal other people's cards?
Obviously you've got the money to get good cards.
Exactly. The last thing that I'll talk about on this video, and it's been covered before, but I really want to address it too, is dirty Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to locals and there's nasty, sweaty people who smell like BO and their breath smells horrible.
And a lot of the shops that you go to are small.
Yeah, so all those people in one building makes it hot already.
Yeah, 20 people in a small building. Half of them haven't bathed in a week.
And it's all sweaty and nasty. You got those people with those nasty, grody fingernails who are trying to handle your cards.
And then you have the smell of food.
Yeah. And the other thing I hate about that is when I'm playing those really stinky players and I'm already on edge because of how bad they smell. I hate it. Those are the same players often who are the ones who think that they're some kind of serious Yu-Gi-Oh player, and so they're always asking for card rulings and nonsense questions, really, or questions that aren't relevant to the duel.
You shouldn't need to be asking.
And it's like, I'm already frustrated because you smell horrible and I'm trying to bear that. And then you asking me about, well, does Gravekeeper Salient mean when it's flipped in defense, does it mean it comes out in the next turn? Or does it flip it over like Book of Moon? Okay, use common sense, first of all. Second of all, don't try and say it like you're some kind of professional Yu-Gi-Oh player, because if you were a professional, you would shower, you would manicure yourself.
And you would know.
And you would know. But these people talk like they know, like they're professional players. And professional players don't ask for rulings all the time. I mean, I'm sure maybe at YCS, like the major YCS tournaments, they do, because they, want to make sure that they get it right. But it's not all the time. I guarantee you, every turn isn't being asked for a ruling. Whereas when I go to locals, I play people like that. Every single turn, they're asking for a ruling. And it's those same people who don't shower, who have bad hygiene. I mean, I'm sure it's people who have good hygiene do the same thing sometimes. But my experience has been it's those people who have horrible hygiene, who want rulings on all the cards. It seems like almost like they want you to play them as long as possible.
To torment you with
their
stench.
It really irritates me. Anyways,
I could do an entire rant on smell myself.
We're going to be starting a new channel with Yu-Gi-Oh rants and deck reviews and things like that, and all that good stuff. So yeah, subscribe to our channel. I also have in a different channel, I have a video for a Gravekeeper deck that I'm selling. If you're interested in buying that or trading for it, I have a whole video about what I want for it and all that kind of stuff, so I won't cover it in here. But yeah, check that out. I'll put a link to it in the description box. So anyways, yeah, we'll be back again later.